Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 261. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to play the Mixolydian mode along with the blues scale to create the Mixo-Blues Scale. I'm going live a little bit earlier today, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, because I got a gig in Little Italy, New York City today with my buddy D.A. Cole today at 1:30. So if you're in New York City, come on by. It's a cool place. I've never been there, but I've walked by there a million times, I'm sure. All right. So what we have going on here today is some cool blues using probably the second most popular scale in blues, the Mixolydian mode, along with the blues scale. You know, the blues scale, G minor, like. Mixolydian mode would just be like a major version of that. Or dominant chords. So let me give you a little example. I got a little loop here. We get a little bit loopy of just the blues and G. So check it out. Here we go. So that is the idea, and if you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, all that groovy stuff. We're early today, so hopefully you knew I was going early. Probably not, but I sent out a notification. So what we have going on here today is really, really cool stuff here, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a little closer look here at the neck so you can see what's happening. It's going to be a quick one today, too, because I got a gig. Little Italy, I got to pack up some of my stuff in the acoustic duo. I'll be strumming some cowboy chords for sure. My boy D.A. Cole. So what we have here, over this 1-4-5, you have, in the blues you have dominant chords. A G7 chord like this. There's a regular like G chord. Make it a 7 chord, right? A few ways to play it. And it's a 7 chord because look, you're playing the root, you're emphasizing the 7th, and the major third. So that's really the basic structure of of a dominant chord and over the blues. And then when it goes to the C chord, same thing. Right here. It's the C, the third, and the seventh. Back to the G. And over the D, same thing. The root, the third, the seventh. And the G. So they make a scale, the Mixolydian mode, that fits right over this structure right here. Because it has the root, it has the major third, and it's the seventh. So it goes like this. I don't have any graphs on me right now for today, but if you want some graphs for this, I'm going to make them shortly after. And just email me at info@cherry, and I'll send them over. So the Mixolydian mode over this right here would be that's the formula of the scale right there. You have the root, the second, major third, fourth, fifth, major sixth, flat seventh, root. It's like a major scale. Only taking the seventh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're flattening it to 7. And then up another octave. You can go down to 7th right here. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root. 2, 3. You could blend that with the blues scale. Hello there, savor the flavor of the awesomeness in you, sir. All right, thank you so much for hanging out, showing up here today on an early one today. Give you a round of applause here. Very, very cool. All right, so yeah, good times here today for sure. We're savoring the flavor for sure. You know, when you get to the C chord, the 4 chord, same thing, same scale. Only you're starting it from the C. You have the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7 again, root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, flat 7th. And what's beautiful about that is that you know, when you hit this 7th degree of the 4 chord, when it goes back to the 1 chord, look what happens. You have the chromatic movement. And then when you go to the 5 chord, that third slides into the 7th of the 5 chord. So you have that, I guess you would call it a, what do you call it when the melody chord, or I forgot what it's called. It's a musical term for that. Let me know in the comments what that is. So yeah, when you get to the 5 chord, it's the same thing, same scale. Only starting on the D. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. We're keeping it all in the same position down here. So you can play this whole thing in your pentatonic position. Played all the blues right here in the same area right here, along with these modes, which is just one mode, but in 3 different areas. So when you're playing over this lick right here, over this progression, the G, hold on a second. For some reason, I think I left something on. Okay, my email was on. That's what that ding was. Stupid dings, right? Stupid things. Dings and things. Okay, so yeah, you have the G. G Mixolydian. C Mixolydian. Here's the 7th. It goes right into the 3rd of the G. Look at this. The 7th of D. Seventh, 3rd, root, 7, an arpeggio. D Mixolydian. C. Mixolydian, G Mixolydian. D Mixolydian. C. And then blend in the blues scale. This is very close to the blues scale, the C Mixolydian. Very, very cool. Thank you very much. Give you a round of applause. Any questions about this stuff, let me know. All right. Haj from Austria. Whoa, the land of Wolfgang Mozart. Can you show us Can you show us one or two patterns you walk up or down this type of scale? Greets. And yeah. It's very cool. I will show you that for sure. And I'm watching from North Shore, Massachusetts. Is that Massachusetts, MA? Yeah. Very cool. And Jeffrey Boyle, give a round of applause. So, one or two pattern walk up in this type of scale. All right. So this type of scale right here would be like, you know. That's right, Jeffrey Boyle. Like here's the chord right here, right? The G7 chord. You've played this chord before, millions. It's an E shape. E shape G chord. Why is it an E shape? Because look, here's an E. Move it all the way up to here. But just take it and make it a 7th. So you're gonna follow the notes up. And the position just like this. It's like you got the G, the A. It's like a major scale. Only the 7th is flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So you got. Follow my fingers. E string 3rd fret, 5th fret, A string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, D string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, same as the A. 5th fret, G string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, B string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, E string, 3rd fret, 5th fret. And I like to talk about intervals more than the note names or fret names or where they are. Because the intervals are the sound that you're going for anyway. This 1's always going to sound like a 1, the 2 is always going to be a 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And a cool lick that I like to do to really emphasize this scale is to utilize the 7ths and the 3rds. Like here's the 7th, and the root, and the 3rd. Do licks like back to the 4th. Here's the 3rd and the 4th. Stuff like that. 7, root, 3rd, 7, root, 4th, and then blend in the blues scale. You know? Here's the blue note right here. Because here's the minor pentatonic. Add the blues note, which is this one. Flat 5. So you got. Then blend those two in together. And here's the same thing over here. You're going up an octave. Up here to this G. Same thing, 7, root, 3rd. That's one of my favorite licks right there. 7, root, 3rd, 4th. Down to the, utilizes major 6 too. Because that note's not in the pentatonic scale, but it's a very uplifting note that's in major blues a lot. Not the minor 6. That's for a whole different thing. Doesn't sound the same, does it? But here it does. And what's cool about it, you can take that 6 and bend it up to the 7th, to the flat 7th. So it's nice to go right from the root to the 3rd and bend to the 4th. You're getting right to it. I just did it in 3 octaves, the same lick. Root, 3rd, 4th, 7th. Root, 3rd, 4th. Root, 7th. Root, 3rd, 4th. So it's like. So that's one lick. Hopefully you dig that. Hopefully you're digging that. Playing some blues. This is the Mixolydian mode. It's the coolest mode. Some people don't like to say the word Mixolydian. Like they're allergic to it or something. They like to call it a dominant scale. But that could be a little confusing because there's plenty of dominant scales. There's only one Mixolydian mode, and there's several dominant scales. You know, it could be a Phrygian dominant, which would be like, you know, that's a totally different scale. You know, that's more of like a snake is coming out of the basket type of sound right there, you know. Not quite. It's a Phrygian dominant. There's plenty of dominant. But most people know when you say dominant that it's like a Mixolydian mode. So just semantics, right? Spell the word. I don't know which mouse pad I need to use here. This is for the computer. This sound. This is for the video right here. Real technical over here. Spell the word. Mixolydian. Is that the word? M-I-X-O-L-Y-D-I-A-N. Mixo, M-I-X-O, then Lydian, L-Y-D-I-A-N, Lydian. Because the Lydian is a word, is a mode as well. That's the fourth degree of the major scale. It's a whole different mode right there. M-O, mode of operation, right? So having a good time. Any more questions here, let me know. Go Steelers, that's right. Need it today. Greeting. Jerry, thanks for your materials. Greetings from Poland. Oh, wow, that's so cool. So we have Austria here today. We have Massachusetts. We have Poland. That is so cool, Oscar. Right on. And my pleasure, Oscar. Thank you so much for that. Right on. So, you know, I'm not getting too specific as far as positions and everything here today. And, you know, but just take the stuff and just play it all over the neck. You know, wherever you can. Wherever you can play the minor pentatonic scale, play it. If you know it in this position, minor pentatonic, you know the blues scale here. If you know it up here, if you know it there, play it there. If you know it up here. You know? You know? Back to the top again, where you are. Same thing. The C. You know, to the D. All over the place. Just take it wherever you know the minor pentatonic. That's why it's good to start learning the 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale. Oops. You know that one there, and oops. Back to the top again. And then just find out where your roots are and then kind of emphasize some of those notes right there. Like here's the G right here. Play the 7ths in there, along with the scale, the pentatonic, or the blues. You know? It's pretty cool. You're taking the blues scale in a different position and making it kind of Mixolydian by playing the 3rd in there. Play the minor 3rd, the major 3rd. It's a pretty cool area to play a lick. Same thing right down there. Follows this chord very nicely. And a little flat on the E string. Happens when it gets hot. Alright, so any questions about this stuff, let me know. Hopefully that helped a little bit. But that's Jerry. You, sir, are such a gem of a gentleman, of a human being, and a friend to millions who share your goodness with others and the betterment of humankind. Wow! Make me sound like Gandhi or something. But thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. I'm grateful to hear that. Thank you very, very much. Very cool. So, all right, any questions about this? Let me know here. I would say, you know, kind of focus on, you don't have to play the whole, that's the beauty about the Mixolydian. You don't have to really play the whole scale. You know, just kind of pick out certain things that I like. I like the root, the thirds, because those thirds and the sevenths really blend in to the next chord, to the 4 chord. So when I go to C, so when I play this root note, you go half step down, now you're in the third of the C chord. Back to the root. Now watch this, I go down a half step, and I'm on the third of the 5 chord. To the third of the, or to the C chord, to the G chord, to the 7th of the 5 chord. So watch, I'll just do some leading tones into this. The 3rd, the 7th. Now watch this, I go down a half step. It's the 3rd of C. The 7th. Back to the 3rd. The 3rd. So that is the idea, to have this, you know, to have the leading tones, you know, just kind of go into each other right there. Because, you know, you also have like a, when you play this, here's a trick, and I've showed this before. When you have the, here's the 7th and the 3rd of G. You go down a half step. Now you're in the 3rd and the 7th of the 4 chord. Now it's the 7th. They reverse. 7th, 3rd of the 1 chord. Up another half step. It's kind of like the 4 chord. We have the 3rd and the 7th. Down 2. So you can just move the whole progression up just with the same position. Check it out. Two chords, two fingers. The seventh and the third. Go down a half step. See, these are the notes you want to emphasize. Take the C up here. Mixolydian. Slopping it up a little bit, but we're having some fun here. Why not? Why not? Just kind of going for it. I like to go for it sometimes. Michael Marullo, 2043. What's happening? My teacher is showing me that modes and scales can be a bunch of things at the same time. E minor is G major, but it's also the same notes as the mode of. I've been too sick to analyze. And, you know, this stuff can make you sick in a way, you know. It's just so much theory in there, you know. It's like, it's a lot of theory. But yeah, in the case of E minor, G major, yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing, you know, it's like, you know, G major is a... G major like this. Look, if I go down to E, same scale. It's the same scale. It's just the starting point. It's the only difference. You know, G major and E minor are the same scale. Only I'm starting on G. The do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the solfege. But if I start on E, here's E, and I go up the same exact notes, then I'm starting on E. Then it's E minor. The beauty is is when you do it in a parallel mode, like G major. G major. Now do G minor. Yeah. Can we play it? Now that's the true use of modes in a way too. It's like to hear G major. No. G minor. G major. G minor. G major. So that's the true use of it, I think, in a way, is to kind of hear the differences under the same root note, like a G. Rather than playing G major, E minor, it's relative, yeah, and I mean that comes in handy when if you're playing a song that goes. You know, G major, E minor, G major, E minor, G major. So it's the same scale essentially. But what if you went G major, G minor, somewhere? I mean, you wouldn't go back and forth like that, but technically, you know, you could somewhere. You know, and that's interesting musically, right? You know. You know, like modal mixture. Some Rick Beato stuff right there. So, yeah, really, really cool. My pleasure. That does sound good. Awesome. Thank you for that. So we got a little bit. We're not going to go too long today because I got to pack up and get to a gig here in Little Italy. But any questions about this, let me know. I don't have too many notes on this stuff here today. We're kind of winging it, you know. But thank you, Haj. But the whole idea to this for today is kind of stay in one area if you can. If you're in this area playing the blues, you know, if you're in you know, you're playing this blues scale right here. Root, minor third, fourth, flat 5, 5, seventh, root. And always keep in mind this scale is very important in playing the blues. No matter what mode you're playing, because this is what gives you the grease right here. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. In between all of your Mixolydian scales, because this sounds pretty proper and pretty clean. But that's not very bluesy, is it? The blues comes from the Ever watch the $1 Million Quartet, which was a Broadway show based on Sun Records? There's a cool scene there with where guitar Carl Perkins was playing stuff like that. It's like, I want it like real greasy. It's like that was his style. You know, he played like no one really played like that back then in the 50s. You know, and he kind of was one of the pioneers of that. You know, so he did a lot of stuff like that where it's like. You know, Chuck Berry licks. You know, not like that, but Chuck did a lot of stuff like that. You know? So then mix in, like, when you go to the C Mixolydian. And learn the whole scale in this area. Because then you start to see where, you know, root. Although you're going to tend to emphasize the roots, the sevenths, and the thirds, but learn the whole scale. Because then when you get to that top seventh, when it goes back to the G, you can go G. But then that major, it's pretty happy. So you kind of want to go back to like a blues, which is a minor pentatonic. But how can you play a minor third over a major chord? Sounds like that. That's why you got to take that minor third and bend it up to a major a little bit. You know. So it's a mixture. You know, the chord is a major chord. Then when it goes to the 5 chord, to keep it in the same area, play it like this. Play like a D, D7. Here's a D. It's a C shape. Wow. You know, it's a C shape, but it is a D chord. Everything's going flat here because it's hot. It's 20 degrees outside, but it's 80 degrees in my apartment in New York City because they have the heat. I have uncontrollable heat. I have no control over it. It just comes on. Even though my radiators are closed, the risers get warm. That's the problem. I have 3 of them. So, okay. So you hit this D chord. Right here, like this, you know. You know. Same thing. Here's a 7, D7 chord. Play the scale right out of this position. I'm seeing the root, the 3rd, 5th, kind of like the arpeggio. See how nicely that goes back into the root? That's just the root, D, 7 arpeggio. Root, 3, 5, 7, root. Back to the 7th, 5th. Now look, now you have that traditional blues slide up. Back to the 1. So it's good to throw in that element of the blues. Just like this. You get a little bit of the Mixolydian. See? So you want that blues. Grease it up a little bit. All right. So that is the idea behind the Mixo-Blues right here. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, man. Have a great gig in New York. Very cool of you to say. I will do my best. It will be fun. It's always great playing duo gig with the great D.A. Cole, the district attorney of rock and roll. That's cool. Yeah, I'm starting to get some of this down. All right. Well, happy to help anywhere I can. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. But let's just mention that, let's see. I'd like to mention, I do have a guitar course. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar, where I go over 4 important topics. Fretboard memorization, where there's 2 videos of each topic. 2 of them are learning how to find all the notes very easily across the fretboard. There's a lot of tricks. You could just do that. And also go over the circle of fifths, where it's a great tool to see how all the chord progressions form within each other. And you can see it's all moves in fifths, and you can see all the chords that relate to each other and how you could switch keys. It's really a pretty cool way to look at music. Of course, once you know that, you'll kind of start doing it in your head, which is even better than referring to that. Then we go over the blues, which is stuff like this, plus it comes with lots of PDFs, backing tracks, and I like to talk about what's most important about blues, and that's emoting the blues. You know, you're playing the blues. Get greasy, get funky, you know, stuff like that, so it's really important. And then the cage system, where we show the different chord shapes all over the fretboard, but in a 2-5-1 fashion, where we just do 2-5-1s everywhere. 2, 5, 1. That's a typical cadence everywhere, which is really, really helpful to know. So check that out. There's a link in the description, the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. So I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon. Any questions about this stuff, let me know. This is the really, really cool scale to get down. And, you know, there's other things too. Like once you know these, we're going to get into a point where, you know, we're playing these in all 5 positions up the neck. And I can't wait to get to that. Because right now we're doing it this way. Then we're going to the 4 chord. Then we're going to the 5 chord. Back to the 1. Eventually we want to play it up here in the 1 chord. Like a 7 chord like this. You know. To a 4 chord. To a 5 chord. Like that. You know, so you gotta. Or you gotta. In all different positions, and up here. Then up here. Up here, which is the same thing down here. Cool scale to notes, and it's the same thing everywhere. 7s. So it's the same pattern. So once you know that, I mean, it's a lot of fun to noodle around with that stuff. And then you could manipulate the 5 chord by playing, instead of playing the same scale you did on the G, then the C, then the D, take this 5 chord and play an altered scale, which is kind of cool too. And you have that, you know what I mean? So one, the G chord, 4 chord, 5, sharp or diminished chords. Stuff like that. But taking this basic idea, and then the first thing I think, playing that altered scale is kind of cool over the D. You have that flat 9, sharp 9, 4, major 3rd, sharp 5. So over something like the progression would be like, oops, I didn't switch yet. Let's try that again. Not really used there. On the turnaround. See, like that's pretty cool. That's bad. So that would be the next level of, what you'd want to do with something like this. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up because we got to go here today. So remember, guys, you're the best. Thanks for hanging out. You're all so cool. Michael and Haj and Savor the Flavor. Really, really cool of you guys, and Oscar and everyone from Poland and from Austria and from Massachusetts. What a great day so far it is today. I love it. Perfect way to start your Sunday here. So remember, guys, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. And if you want to see another video on 5 ways to become a better blues player, cheers, Jeff. I'll put that right up there. Go Steelers. I love yous. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, y'all. Peace.